My stepson secretly changed the will to steal my inheritance, but at the family gathering I caught him red-handed. My fiancée passed away recently, and it's been a tough time for me. We were together for 7 years, and I'm 32 now, so you can imagine how much of my life was intertwined with theirs. We were planning our future together, and I thought I knew everything about them, including their final wishes. But here's where things get messy. My fiancé had a stepson, Alex, who's 28 and has always been pretty distant from us. We tried to include him in our lives, but he never seemed interested in being part of the family. After my partner passed, I found out that their will had been changed at the last minute, and now Alex was getting the lion's share of the inheritance. I was shocked because this wasn't what my partner and I had discussed. So, I confronted Alex about it, and he just played dumb, saying that it was what his step-parent wanted and he had nothing to do with the changes. I didn't buy it, but I didn't have any proof that he was lying. Then, at a family gathering, I overheard Alex bragging to one of our cousins about how he managed to get the will changed in his favor. I was furious and felt so betrayed, but I didn't know what to do. I talked to my best friend about the whole situation, and they told me maybe I should just try to move on and find peace instead of dwelling on it. It sounded like good advice, but I just couldn't let it go. One day, while I was going through some of my late partner's things, I found a bunch of old love letters they had written to me. In those letters, my partner talked about how they wanted me to have the inheritance so I could be taken care of. It was clear proof that Alex had manipulated the will somehow. To make things worse, Alex started throwing money around like it was nothing. He threw this huge, extravagant party and made sure I saw how he was spending the inheritance. It was like he was rubbing it in my face. At that party, I overheard one of the guests, who had had a bit too much to drink, mentioning that Alex owed a lot of money to some shady character. That's when I started to see the bigger picture of what was going on with him. During the party, I also stumbled upon an old family heirloom that was supposed to come to me, according to the original will. It was just lying around, and it seemed like Alex didn't even care about it. And then, out of nowhere, this mysterious person comes up to me and starts asking questions about the will. They seemed to know a lot about the changes that were made and hinted that they had information that could help me. So, that's where I'm at right now. I'm hurt, angry, and I feel so betrayed by Alex. I don't know who this mysterious person is or what they want, but I'm starting to think that I need to fight back and find out the truth about what Alex did to the will. It's just so hard to know who to trust and what to do next. Update 1. Thank you for all the advice. So, it's been a few months since I last updated you all on the situation with my late partner's stepson, Alex. Things have taken quite a turn. I found out that Alex's business, the one he started with the inheritance money, is tanking hard. He's been getting more and more desperate as his debtors are closing in on him. They're not the kind of people you want to owe money to, and they've been getting really aggressive about getting their cash back. In a twist of irony, Alex tried to sell this family heirloom to make some quick money. But guess what? He discovered it was a fake. The real heirloom? It's with me. He had no idea, and watching him scramble was a sight to see. Meanwhile, I've been putting my heart and soul into a small business venture of my own. I've been using all the nurturing skills I learned from my late partner, and it's actually been doing really well. It's amazing how much you can achieve when you put good energy into the world. On the personal front, Alex's girlfriend finally had enough of his neglect and left him. Can't say I'm surprised. His financial instability and the way he treated her. It was only a matter of time before she walked away. With my business doing well, I've been able to start some charitable work in the community. It's been incredibly fulfilling, and it's also made me quite popular around here. People really appreciate someone who gives back, and it's been great to see the positive impact. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Alex came crawling back to me, pretending to be sorry for everything he's done. He was hoping I'd fall for it and offer him financial support. I played along, making him think I might actually help him out. But there was no way I was going to forget what he did. Then, one of his former employees came to me with some dirt on Alex. Turns out, he's been involved in some really shady business practices. Not that I was surprised, but it was good to have confirmation. And remember that shady individual Alex owed money to? I ran into him by accident, and he mistook me for someone involved in Alex's mess. It was a tense moment, but I managed to clear up the confusion without any trouble. Finally, that mysterious figure who approached me at the end of the last update. They came back, offering me some undisclosed information about Alex. I haven't decided what to do with it yet, but it's always good to have an ace up your sleeve. So, that's where things stand right now. Alex is a mess, and I'm doing better than ever. It's not how I expected things to turn out, but I can't say I'm not satisfied with where I am. Let's see what happens next. Update 2. Well, I didn't expect to be making this update so soon, but here we are. It's been a whole year since I last talked about the whole mess with my late partners Will and my stepson, Alex. A lot has happened since then, and I guess I just need to vent about it. So, my business is doing great. I mean, really great. I've been working hard, and it's paid off. But Alex? His situation has just gone from bad to worse. It's like he's stuck in quicksand, and every move he makes just sinks him deeper. Things got real when Alex's debtors got him mixed up with me. They actually vandalized my property, thinking it was his. Can you believe that? I was furious, but I didn't let it break me. Instead, I used my influence in the community to start a neighborhood watch program. It's been a huge success, and it's brought the community even closer together. But Alex, he just can't seem to get his act together. He tried to smear my business in public, saying all sorts of nonsense to discredit me. But guess what? It backfired. The community knows me, they trust me, and they weren't having any of his lies. Then I found out about the dangerous crowd he's gotten involved with. I heard through the grapevine that his unethical business practices caught the attention of some really shady characters. It's scary to think about, but I've been keeping my distance. Alex has been acting so paranoid lately. He's always looking over his shoulder, jumping at shadows. It's like he's a completely different person now, erratic and unpredictable. I almost feel sorry for him. Almost. Out of the blue, I got an anonymous tip about a secret bank account Alex has been using. I couldn't believe it. I mean, how low can you get, hiding assets while everything else is falling apart around you? At a recent community event, I was recognized for all the work I've done. It was a really proud moment for me, but I could see it just made Alex feel even more isolated. He was there, lurking in the background, and I could tell he knew he was on the outs with everyone. Then, in a moment I never saw coming, Alex broke down. He actually confessed to me that he regretted everything and felt trapped by his own actions. It was a raw, vulnerable moment, and for a second, I saw the person he could have been if he hadn't made all those terrible choices. And remember that mysterious figure who approached me about the will? Turns out, it was a private investigator I'd hired a long time ago. I met with him again, and he's been digging up all sorts of dirt on Alex. I'm not sure what I'll do with the information yet, but it's good to have. So, that's where things stand. My business is thriving, I've got the community's support, and Alex, well, he's just falling apart. It's a strange feeling, watching someone who tried to ruin you just self-destruct. But I've learned that sometimes, you just have to focus on building yourself up and let the chips fall where they may for everyone else. Update 3. A lot has happened, so let's get right into the update. It's been 2 years since I last talked about the whole mess with Alex and the will. I've been busy building my life and reputation, and I'm proud to say that I'm now considered a pillar of the community. My charity work and the events I host have really paid off, and people see me as someone who genuinely cares and contributes. Alex, on the other hand, is in a bad place. He's completely ostracized and living in fear because of the dangerous people he got involved with through his shady business dealings. I heard through the grapevine that he tried to skip town to escape his debtors, but they caught up with him and demanded their money right then and there. I can't say I'm surprised, he dug his own grave with his actions. The charity event I hosted recently was a huge success. We raised a lot of money, and it felt amazing to see the community come together for a good cause. During the event, one of the most respected members of the community even hinted that I should consider a political future. It's something I've been thinking about, and I've got a detailed plan for how I could use my influence to help even more people. But in the midst of all this, I received something unexpected, an apology letter from Alex. It was heartfelt, and he seemed to have hit rock bottom. He wrote about his regrets and how he realized too late the consequences of his actions. It was a lot to process, and I haven't responded yet. At the charity event, I was publicly thanked for all my contributions. It was a touching moment, and I could see Alex watching from a distance. I could tell he finally understood what he had lost by choosing greed over family. It was a bittersweet realization, but it was his own doing. I've been keeping my future plans close to my chest, but I'm aiming high. I want to use my influence to help others and maybe even run for office. I've been working on this for a while, and I'm excited about the possibilities. In a desperate attempt to turn his life around, Alex tried to sell his story to a local journalist. He was hoping to gain sympathy and some financial aid, but I don't think it's going to work the way he wants it to. People know what he's done, and it's not easy to earn back trust once it's been broken. I was informed about Alex's attempt to sell his story, and I've been contemplating my next move. I could easily ignore it, but part of me wonders if there's a lesson here that could benefit others. I haven't decided yet, but whatever I choose to do, it'll be with the community's best interest in mind. So, that's where things stand. My life has changed a lot, and I'm focused on the future and all the good I can do with the position I've worked so hard to achieve. As for Alex, I'm not sure what will happen to him, but I hope he finds some peace, even if it's a hard road ahead. Last update. Well, I didn't expect to be making this update so soon, but here we are. It's been 3 years since everything went down with Alex and the will. I've been busy, working my way up the ranks, and now I'm a local official. It's a pretty big deal considering where I started. I've got a lot of influence now, and I've been using it to do some good around here. Alex, on the other hand, is pretty much a nobody now. That journalist really did a number on him, exposing all his dirty laundry for the whole town to see. He's become a pariah, no one wants anything to do with him. It's a complete 180 from where he was when he thought he could get away with manipulating the will. I've been working on this project for a while, and I finally got to launch it. It's a community fund that helps people who've been screwed over by their own family. It felt right to name it in memory of my late partner, who always believed in giving people a second chance. At the unveiling, I could see Alex lurking around. He looked pretty rough, but I didn't let it distract me from the moment. Now, here's a little secret I've kept to myself. Remember the family heirloom that caused so much drama? Well, I've had the real one all along. The one Alex tried to sell was a fake. I kept the real one locked away in my safe, and I took it out just the other day. It's a reminder of everything I've been through and how far I've come. At one of my recent events, Alex showed up out of the blue. He looked desperate and made this big public apology. It was awkward, but I did what I felt was right. I forgave him in front of everyone. But between you and me, I'll never forget what he did. Forgiveness doesn't mean you erase the past. It's more for my peace of mind than for his sake. After the event, as he was leaving, those dangerous guys he owed money to finally caught up with him. I saw it all go down from my office window. They approached him, and there was this tense exchange before they took him away. I'm not gonna lie, part of me felt a sense of satisfaction. He made his bed, and now he has to lie in it. So, that's where things stand. I've got my life on track, and Alex, well, he's got to face the consequences of his actions. It's been a wild ride, but I'm looking forward to what the future holds.